What's up, everybody? This is Rock Talk Live, another episode of our world famous live webcast here on Facebook Live, exclusively now on Facebook Live. I'm the same host, the same dude who's been here the last couple times, and to my right is this guy, Carlos Estévez.
Hey, what's up?
Bringing the heat, bringing the fire. If you remember Carlos, when we were doing this with Tony Wolters a couple of weeks ago, Carlos was photobombing in the background. He's doing all kinds of fun stuff, so we knew we had to get him on the show. This is a good dude, so I figured it was an opportunity for you guys to get to know this guy a little bit better. So you should know how this works by now on Rock Talk Live. Send your questions here on the right side. We'll get to as many as we can in the course of 10 minutes or so. Should be a lot of fun, and we'll go from there. So we'll start out.
Look, he wants a shout out. George Rodarte, I think, yeah.
The other thing that's great about Carlos, if you speak Spanish or want to send in a Spanish question, feel free to do that, and we'll do English and Spanish over the course of this time here. All right, so we have plenty of people in, but I will actually ask the first question. We had our first off day yesterday in what seems like a month. It actually was a month, 27 days. What did you do on your day off? And tell everybody what it was like.
It was, really quiet. I was trying to go fishing, but I couldn't, so I stayed at home sleeping and then play video games. I mean, I cooked too, yeah.
Sounds like a pretty solid day.
Yeah.
Video games, relaxing, that's what we needed, right? All right, I'll ask one more before we get to some fan questions here. One thing that's awesome about you is you speak perfect English, even though you're from Dominican Republic. And I remember when the first time I met you at Rockies Fest, I tried to speak horrible Spanish, and I was trying to explain something to you, and you're like, dude, I speak English. So how did you learn how to speak English, and what is it like kind of being bilingual here on a baseball team?
You know what? I learned English by watching TV. English with subtitles, Warner Brothers, HBO, those kind of channels. And after that, I spent a year in West Virginia in high school. Yeah, my junior year.
Okay. All right, so we have a question here from Carissa Harrison, just asking about closing games. You had your first save the other day, which was pretty cool. Just talk about getting those final outs, what that's like.
Here it's really awesome. I mean, I've done it before, but here it was like my debut again.
Yeah.
Getting those outs for my teams and, winning that game, that was awesome, man.
Very cool. Danny Larson asked about your experience in the Arizona Fall League. So talk about the AFL last year. That was when one of those times when you really sort of emerged as a top guy who could make a difference this year for us.
Last year it was really fun in the Fall League because I met like a lot of guys that had a little bit of time in the big leagues. So I start learning how to pitch the big leaguers. Well, there you go.
So good question.
23.
23 years old, Abraham. So do you even like the name Wild Thing? We just started calling you that. Who knows? It doesn't really matter if you like it or not.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I'll stick to it. That's my favorite baseball movie anyway, so I'll take it.
Perfect.
No, I'm not related to Emilio. Maybe, I don't know.
But you did get to meet him in Los Angeles.
Yeah, no, I met Charlie Sheen, which is his brother, Carlos Estévez too.
So talk about that and kind of how it happened. You got to meet the fake Carlos Estévez. You're Estévez, and
yeah, with
Estévez.
An accent. Yeah.
Okay. So you're the real one. How did you meet the fake guy, the guy in all the movies?
I met him. I think he reached out to EY because he knows EY, and he wanted to meet me. Since we have the same name. So it was really cool, We got to hang out and talk about our names, where we're from, and all that stuff. And it was funny because he was following me from the minors because I have the same name. It was cool.
That's pretty awesome. So his name is Carlos Estévez, and he goes by Charlie Sheen. If you were an actor, what would you pick as your stage name?
I think it stick with mine, the same name, Carlos Estévez, because in my country it's like a really nice name, so I just stick to it.
For sure. Kai Krisman here asked, who's your favorite player growing up, if you had a favorite player or favorite team?
Pedro Martinez, man.
Really?
So we live really close. I saw him pitching like a long time ago, and he was really good.
Have you had a chance to meet him now?
Yeah, I did. I met him like 2 years ago.
Nice. What was it like to kind of finally meet the guy you looked up to as a kid?
Awesome. He's like the same. When we meet some kids over here, like, I think it was the same, man. I was like, wow, Pedro Martinez, nice to meet you.
For sure. Let's question for me again. Let's see if we can get you a little endorsement deal here. You live in Denver now, big city. What's your favorite restaurant that you like to go to, somewhere to eat around town?
Fogo de Chao.
Fogo de Chao?
Restaurant, yeah,
okay.
Really nice.
All right, so make sure if you're listening, take care of this guy. When he walks in, remember this face, get him some free food, all right?
Oh, favorite team growing up? Should I say it? I don't know.
Yeah, you can say whatever.
It was the Red Sox.
Yeah, that's fine.
That was my favorite team.
Yeah, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Are you going to walk out to the Wild Things theme song?
yeah.
Brandon Chamberlain is asking.
Yeah.
I
Wild
think,
thing all the way.
I think that's just kind of a thing now. Like you said, whether he wants to or not.
My mindset on the mound, just get out. When throw strikes, get ahead and get out.
All right.
Del Frisco's. I gotta try that. What's Del Frisco's?
Del Frisco,
Okay.
I think it's a steakhouse.
How far is that?
I don't know. Tell us, Jessica Garcia, how far is that? We'll check it out maybe sometime.
He makes it out. He does pretty good.
Easy.
I
of
said
course.
about the favorite player already, Pedro Martinez.
How do you like Colorado? Jonathan Baezes.
No, nothing crazy, just the same. Let me see.
Stay away from the hot dog as a sandwich. We don't want people to hate you. That's a very heated argument.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm curious about what's your favorite kind of sunflower seeds? Favorite flavor of sunflower seeds? Do you use sunflower
Ranch and pickles. Those are the best for me.
seeds? Okay.
That's what I like. Hey, que lo que? Look, there's Spanish.
Any good Spanish questions for you?
No, yeah.
Favorite food from Ryan Blackman?
Rice, beans, and chicken. And yellow plantains. Fried. Nice.
Classic. I always like this question. I don't know if you have anything from Sasha Nicole. Do you have any routines or anything that you do to get ready for a game? Anything specific? Not necessarily superstitions, but anything anything in particular that you do to get ready?
In the bullpen, when it gets to like the 5th to 6th innings, I just start stretching and starting to feel loose, like ready to go into the game. And then when I get to I get the call, warm up, going in, I'm ready to go.
For sure. Estrella Peralta has there's some Spanish, and then it says "I love you." So
Gracias.
keep it coming.
Oh, my favorite from Friends, Joey, for sure.
That guy.
Fenway Park, San Diego's really nice. Dodgers
Dodgers is good too.
keep throwing the heat.
Cool. So we'll get a couple more, and then we'll cut this off. We got a game to get ready for.
Oh, she loves me right there.
A lot of love going around right here.
Oh, nice. Do you like deep fried burritos? Yeah, they're good, but they make me fat, so I don't eat that much.
Back to another series.
Oh, that's my aunt right there.
Really?
See?
Really?
Yeah.
Who said you're beautiful?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Perfect.
Nice.
Favorite minor league city? That's a good question. You spent some time. John Gray talked about this.
Asheville. For sure, Asheville. Yeah, North Carolina.
It's a nice little town.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
also the first full season, right?
Yeah, it was. They have really good ribs there, Nice.
Carolina barbecue.
Yeah, that's good.
Perfect. Couple more questions, then we'll get moving on. What's Memphis for, Roger Rhinesmith? Not really sure what that means.
Me neither.
All right. Just gonna ask Carlos. We talked about visiting ballparks, like going to Fenway, visiting Fenway. All right, so going into the series here with the Yankees, probably like the Red Sox, a team that you looked at growing up. What is it like to have sort of the Yankees in town? Are you excited for this series, and what can we expect for these two games here before we go to Miami and then play these Yankees again?
Since I was a kid, I always saw people saying like, "Oh, Yankees, huge team, the best team, or whatever." It's really fun to face it now as a big leaguer. It was the same as pitching in Fenway Park. I always wanted to pitch there, which is really awesome. And what we expect, win these games. That's what we're going for,
Perfect. All right, last question. We saw somebody ask about sports other than baseball. Obviously, you're a baseball player. You love this game. What other sports do you like to watch? Soccer, basketball?
Basketball and
everything.
Soccer too, yeah.
You watched the finals last night?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm going for Golden State, but we'll get it the next game. Don't worry, we'll be fine.
We love our Nuggets, though, right?
Yeah,
we love the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, we do.
All right, I think that's all the time we have today. Callie loves your energy.
Saludos de Zacatecas, saludos. Thank you, love my energy. Thank you.
Thanks. Irene loves Rock Talk. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Maybe we'll do this again sometime with Carlos or some of your other favorite players.
See you
if you
guys.
have any other questions, keep sending them in. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.